This is a shout out and a big thank you to Zaxis. Stay tuned for Airologic's COVID-19 response story and how Zaxis helped us make it possible.
My name is Mara Alvarez, and I'm the marketing assistant here at Airologic. In early 2020, we watched the world begin to deal with COVID-19. Many of us at Airologic wondered what we could do to help. We wondered if there was any way we could make a difference. Soon after the virus began to impact life in the US, ventilator orders started to come in, and then more, and then way more than we could expect. And before we knew it, we were completely over capacity in almost every department in the factory. We ran overtime, started extra shifts, implemented COVID-19 safety protocols, and we did everything we could to expand our production and keep everyone safe simultaneously. Incredibly, we were able to scale up our production in almost every way in every department to meet our new demand, except for one product of ours, our Diaphragm Amplifiers. A quick history lesson on the Diaphragm Amplifiers. They're a product from the 1960s when Airologic got its name, and in time before microcontrollers, pneumatic logic was king. The Diaphragm Amplifiers have a function very similar to a transistor in an electrical circuit. They are able to amplify very low pressure to signal a much higher one. They happen to be very good for detecting pressure changes in a patient circuit on a ventilator. Now, when a product is spec'd into a medical device, it cannot be substituted without lengthy testing and approvals. So it became very clear to everyone in Airologic we needed to do a massive overhaul to meet demand. Everything was out of date on the Diaphragm Amplifier production line. Molding, assembling, testing, and marking has not seen any improvements in decades, and the typical sales volume were about 100 per year. So there was no reason to make improvements. And all of a sudden, we need to make 100 times our production over a course of a few weeks. And the only way we're going to be successful is if our suppliers came through in a big way. And they did, and we're saying thank you.
My name is John Hayden, and I'm the marketing manager at Airologic. 2020 has been a crazy year for so many different ways and reasons. We just wanted to stop and say thank you to the hardworking and essential employees and companies who've really went the extra mile for us this year and made a big difference. Now, I have a feeling that Zaxis went through a similar story as Airologic this year. With so many companies ramping up production of ventilators and respirators, the demand for support equipment like leak detectors must have been huge. We know the demand for pneumatic components, along with the urgency to treat the virus, really drove us at Airologic. We did our best at Airologic. I'm sure the people at Zaxis did too. They clearly rose to the occasion just from our perspective. So we've been using Zaxis for years. We have so many different variations of their leak detectors in-house, single and multi-channel units, standalone, integrated into our automated equipment, high pressure, low pressure, really quite the gambit of products that they offer, we use here. For this production line, we needed a leak test setup that we could implement in days. The application is a semi-automated, air-approved stamping fixture, which means the operator would load the part, start the test, and only the good parts would get a date stamp. Zaxis was our clear choice because of their ease of use and implementation. It's right here, super easy to set up. We just loved it. So to meet the technical requirements and schedule, we needed 2 custom leak detectors in a week. After explaining our situation and what we were working on with ventilator production, Zaxis came through for us in a big way. They delivered the leak testers in time and kept us on schedule. Installation is easy, no issues at all. We combined it with a simple PLC and the stamper from Sprinter, ran 50,000 cycles on it over the course of a couple months, and really had no issues at all with it. So thank you to everybody at Zaxis. Thank you for great leak test equipment. Thank you for great delivery during COVID-19. You were an enabler of an entire industry of COVID-19 response equipment and products. You guys really made a difference for us, and I'm sure for a lot of other people this year.